Hello, everyone. Welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. Just in case we haven't met before, my name is Rachel. Now, today we are doing a wall yoga practice. So we're going to use the wall as a prop. And I also have a hand towel. So if you've got a cushion to go under one knee at a time, something soft will be nice, or you can roll your mat over. But find a little bit of space to move around a wall if you can. And let's get started. So we will begin today sitting down and nice and close to your wall, if you can, back against the wall, all the way from your low back up your spine to the back of your head as well. Now, before you get too comfortable pressing your back into the wall, just decide what you want your legs to do. You can sit cross-legged or maybe in butterfly. Soles of the feet together, scooch close to the wall, and press lightly so the back of your head stays against the wall. And you can just rest your arms at your sides, maybe your hands on your knees or in your lap. Just feeling the entire length of your spine, including the back of your head against the wall. And if your eyes are still open, you may as well close them. And relax through your forehead, your jaw. We will be letting our head tip over towards the left shoulder. Now try to keep the back of your head against the wall and let your head tip over. Relax your jaw again. Sometimes it's nice to have your mouth just open a little bit, smiling a little bit. Feeling the length through your neck. If your head is feeling nice and heavy and you want to use your hands to help you lift it back up, definitely do. Just come back through center. Press the back of your head against the wall again, just nice and lightly. And then you can tip over towards the right shoulder, keeping the back of your head connected to the wall. Now, very slowly, and maybe with the help of your hands, you can bring your head back up. Touch the back of your head to the wall again. And then this time, we're gonna maybe push our shoulders back a little bit more. And then let our chin tip down towards the collarbone and keep the shoulders touching the wall. And using an inhale, you can lift your chin back up. We can bring the knees together if you do have them wide. Give them a hug, a little bit of a squeeze. Now we're gonna turn so that we have our side to the wall. Our right side. You can have your legs straight or bent, whatever you prefer, but we're gonna get nice and close to the wall with the shoulder and our hip and our head. But let's add our right arm first. So we're gonna bring it all the way back and behind us. Maybe your hand can be in line with your shoulder, palm against the wall, and then try to bring your shoulder and your head back to the wall, but looking forwards. And maybe your shoulder and your chest touch the wall a bit. Maybe you don't get that close. Try to lean into the wall. And however you want your legs to be, wherever you feel somewhat relaxed, but still getting a nice stretch through your arm, you can be. Now stay for just a moment. And then let's leave the wall a little bit. Turn to look back at your hand. Lift it up, bend your elbow, and make a cactus arm. So your palm is still against the wall, but your fingers are pointing up. Your elbow in line with your shoulder as best you can get it. And then try to tip back against the wall. Your head, your shoulder, your chest, and if you can still look forwards, look forward. Awesome work, you guys. Take another breath here. And then you can move away from the wall again, and you can take your arm off of it too. We're going to turn all the way around to face the other way. So getting nice and snug before you add your arm with your hip, your shoulder, your head. And then you can move a little bit to reach your arm back. Maybe your hand is in line with the shoulder, palm facing the wall. And then try to come back nice and close. Rest your shoulder, your head. Looking forward. Maybe just closing your eye. And whatever is a more relaxing position for your legs to be, you can move them. And taking another moment. And then we can leave the wall a little bit just to look back. Bending the elbow, pointing the fingers up. Elbow in line with shoulder, palm against the wall. And then try to come back as close as you were. Maybe a little bit more of a stretch. You can stay for another breath or two. And then slowly leaving the wall with your arm. And your whole body can turn away from it too. You can even leave the wall completely for a moment. We're going to be moving into our quads next. Our King Arthur quad stretch. adding a cushion under your knee, whether that is going to be your mat rolled over or an actual cushion or towel. Let's do our right knee first on that cushion. So back's against the wall. Knee is trying to get nice and close to the wall with the toes pointing up the wall. So the top of the ankle, the shin, that whole lower portion of your leg is up against the wall. So you can lean forwards. You can try to send your glutes, your hips back towards your heel. And you can also bring your left foot to the ground and lift your chest. More of a lunge stretch, but a nice deep quad stretch. So feel free to leave your hands on the ground. Should you be lifted up right now? Let's start to lean forwards again, but keep your foot on the ground, sending your hips back towards your heel. And then you can start to come back onto your left knee, and we can all move away from the wall again. So bringing your right leg off of the wall, and if you need to shake it out, move around, feel free to do so. But we are going to be switching sides. So if you need to set things up, you can set things up. And if you don't really need to set anything up, you can take as long of a break as you need. But left knee close to the wall, shin against the wall, top of the foot, toes pointing up, nice and close to the wall. Sending the hips back towards your heel or towards the wall. And then maybe trying to find that right foot. More of a lunge, but maybe you lift up. And then it's a deeper stretch. Whatever feels good for you, your quad, your knee, your ankle, your whole entire body. Just a few breaths here. If you do have your chest lifted, your hands lifted, maybe you'll lean forwards again. Press your hips back a little bit more towards your heel. And then you can come off of your right foot and scooch away from the wall. And since we are done with our quad stretch, you can take a seat, legs long, and maybe give them a nice shake. Awesome work, you guys. You can move your cushion if you've got one off to the side. We're going to turn to face the wall with our feet against it. So counter stretch for the quad stretch. Maybe you will call this a forward fold, lengthening through our legs. Your knees can be as bent as you want them to be though. the toes against the wall, the bottoms of the feet against the wall. Maybe you feel like you need to press your hands behind you into the ground to lift your chest up and off of the low back. And maybe you will be leaning forwards to get into your calves, your hamstrings. Just keeping a nice soft bend through the knees. Feet staying against the wall, so you can kind of relax them a little. Your arms might reach forward. And should you want to stay here with your feet fairly close together, you can. You can lift up and widen your feet and scooch as close to the wall as your body will allow. And if you lean forwards, maybe your forehead rests against it. Wherever you are right now, take another breath. Use an inhale to lift up. If you're folding, you can slide back and away from the wall if you need. Bring the knees together. Give them a squeeze. And then we can lay down on our backs. Just away from the wall for the first time. Laying flat. You can send your legs out long. Rest your arms anywhere that's comfy. And just notice all the sensations flowing through you. Can you relax your entire body? As always, I encourage you to stay here for as long as you have time for. Here in Shavasana. Thank you for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your day, and until next time, namaste.